Sharp calls.
I'll start off by giving Chad his flowers. Chad was all over this line. He saw it, and I poo-pooed him on it. The Titans. I told him
Ah,
yesterday, we did a show, and I told him a really smart group was coming in heavy on the Titans. And I don't know. I'm pretty stubborn, Chad. I've just been betting it. I've taken the 2.5 on the Colts. Like, I'm not phased by this group, but I should be because they're really good. But um, I don't, again, a game we're going to dive into, I don't really get it. The love of the Tennessee just feels like it's overboard about what happened last week. Like, I understand they looked incredible against the Bengals, but for the line to move now, what is it? 3.5, 4 points?
yeah, this
It's
line's moved to
two and a
when I
half
is it 2.5? Like when I last checked,
at a bunch
right
of books.
before
Yeah.
right before we came on the air, I checked. It's two at Bet365. If you're seeing 2.5, that is astonishing to me. Dude, it was at 1.5. Indy minus 1.5. Now Indy
Yeah.
plus 2.5. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Money moves, bro. But at the same time, I love it where it's like if I like a side and the number moves against me, obviously I respect these guys and everything like that. But there's certain times where it's like I got to put my foot down if I believe in a team. And in this spot with this Colts team, I think they're undervaluating how good Anthony Richardson's going to do against this Titans defense. So that's the first one that jumped out just because I knew you were all over that one. I've been betting the Colts. It went against me. Sucks, but that's going to happen. One game you were on that I was just unsure of, and it's probably going to be in either a big balls or a foxhole bet. It's that Pittsburgh number. Like, talked to a lot of guys that love that number. They're all over Pittsburgh in this spot. They're really though. Again, everyone's different about how they go about it. I feel like most of the people I'm talking to that love this Pittsburgh spot are the old school trend guys, and like I guess there's a bunch of trends that point to this. Um, I think I saw another trend of it was something having to do with them getting blown out by 20 points. Like the last 2 years, they're 4-0 in these spots ATS after they lose a game by 20 points or more. So it kind of caters to what Chad said of Tomlin usually gets his guys up after bad losses and they bounce back in these games. So you know, I'm trying to get there with this one. It's just really hard for me knowing it's Kenny Pickett or Mitch Trubisky that I'm backing. I just don't have much faith in them, but it's more of a faith bet in Tomlin in this defense. So not shocked at that. I talked to a bunch of guys and they love that number. Another game we can't do for contest. The pros love. They like the Jaguars playing the Bills. They just like the whole scenario of the Jaguars staying in London, the Bills traveling, neutral site. This Bills team is on fire. Everyone's going to wake up, slam this number. Would not be shocked to see this number go back up. But now I've seen it come down. So I've seen it a couple fives now. It's moved from 5.5. So definitely a game to keep your eye on. Again, a game we'll go through quick so we can break it down ourselves. Atlanta, the pros love that. It feels like the same spot as the Colts, where it's like we're buying low on a team, playing against a team that is getting all the hype this whole week. And that's what this Houston team is. Like everyone's talking Houston this whole week. So, um, you know, the number has not moved. Like I think we gave it out here at 2.5, 1.5, and it's kind of stayed there. So,
Yeah.
definitely another interesting one of there's pros on both sides. And the final one, again, we talked about we missed the best of the number, especially for contest. They love the Cardinals this week against the Bengals, Chad. And we've seen this number now come down from when it opened at 6, 5.5 to 5 to 4.5 to 3.5 to 3. Now it's at 2.5 at a couple books. So I know we said we were like, yeah, we'll take the Bengals when it gets to 2.5. I don't know if we can, Chad. Like, it just not even the fact that I know really smart guys on the other side. It's like something's fishy here if the books are begging now for your 2.5 money on this Bengals team. So, yeah, definitely a week where we're split on a lot of ones. And another game we didn't even talk about, Denver. I love that spot. Another really smart group I respect. They really like this spot for Zach Wilson. And my argument against it is like this kid is inconsistent. This is such a letdown spot for Zach Wilson after having the game of his life against the Chiefs in prime time. So another one where like, Chad, I might let me put this one in. Who knows? Because we have a bunch of games like this where it's like I like Minnesota. I like the 49ers. Like we have a lot of games we do like, but it is interesting where we're getting Denver under a field goal at home against Zach Wilson. It's like, how do we not take this number here? So definitely a fun week to dive into on all these games.